Hey everybody, this is Scott from InternetSafetyCenter.com here. Today what we're going to do is we are going to have a quick review on the TrendMicro Internet Security 2010. So, first thing we're going to do is head on out to TrendMicro's website. TrendMicro.com here. Home and Office here, and we're going to look at the Internet Security Suite right here. So, alright, kind of just tells you a little bit of information about the Security Suite, about surfing the web with confidence, you know, anti-spam, email and images, parental controls and stuff like that. Obviously they do offer a money-back guarantee. You get the 3-user license and everything here. So again, they offer a free trial. You click on free trial here, and then you can click here, continue with the download of the free trial. Then you can go ahead and download their little installer here. So we're going to go ahead and launch it. We've already downloaded just a little installer. All this does is run executable, which then brings actually in the application itself. So you can see we're starting to come up with it here. So it looks like we got 43.2 megabytes in size here. So it says we got less than a minute to go until it's completed here. So hang on, let's just run this. Okay, we're down to about 15 seconds here. Again, we are running this on XP Pro here. We get a third service pack installed on this computer, but that's as far as we've got here. We don't have any updates after that, so just to let you know that it is a virtual machine. So, and we are running 512 megs of RAM with it. So, all right, now it's unpacking the compressed files. We got the installer here. Alright, now it says we're checking system requirements here, making sure we have everything it needs to actually run here. Alright, now we'll go ahead and accept the license agreement. We're just going to do the free trial because we've been testing this out for a week or so. So we're going to do the regular installation. Well, now if you look down here, we do see it down here. So it does say TrendMicro Internet Security is loading. Still says it's loading. Still waiting on it here. Alright, now it says TrendMicro now protects you. To open the main console, double click this icon. So we're going to go ahead and double click that icon. And we're going to look at the main console here. Alright. What you'll have to do is you will have to activate it, and if you click on activate now, it takes you through a couple series of steps here, and basically you just put an email address in, and then you put in your code, and then that actually activates. And what the activation does, that's when it starts to clock for your 1-year subscription or however long you've actually have done this. So actually we'll just do this. Next, and then we're gonna go ahead and finish. Alright, so first thing we always do, we hit the update now button here. Go ahead and update. Alright, so well, got a little ways to go on the old updating here. So we're just going to minimize that for now while we look at a couple other things here. So the virus and spyware control, this is the first thing we're going to go into. And it does say protect against viruses and spyware. So we're going to go ahead and click on, let me go back here to settings here. And immediately there were a couple of things we didn't like. Threats in webmail attachments, yeah, I don't understand why that's not on. And also threats in instant messaging files. Again, two things that should be completely on with any internet security suite. So by default they're not, and I don't actually understand why they're not. So then you can go into the advanced settings if you want and click for anything else in here, or anything else you see. But we are turning on threats in instant messaging files and threats in webmail attachments. So two things that we always encourage you should have on no matter what, yet unfortunately they did not have them. The unauthorized changes here is what you can do, like Internet Explorer plugins and stuff like that, that anything that tries to change like your home page or change a major setting inside of it, Trend will obviously kick in automatically and stop that change unless you go ahead and actually authorize it. So there's always ask, always allow, and always block. So these are just a bunch of services that actually monitors. It knows these are kind of critical systems, and it'll actually monitor those for you. And if something does go wrong, it'll go ahead and actually just scan those for you. So here's what you can also do too. Again, which is not a bad thing to have on, but I understand why they don't have it on. It says automatically prevent suspicious software on USB drives from opening. That's if you have a flash drive and you're transferring it back and forth, it's not going to let you open it. You can turn that on. It's not a bad functionality to have on, but by default we don't need that one. It does have automatic USB scanning built into it, but that's what we want. But we don't necessarily need to have it block all the executable programs. So we go into schedules, and obviously one day of every month at midnight, full scan every 15 days and stuff like that. So it does automatically turn that on, which is exactly what we want. And then quarantine, if you had any quarantine files, you can actually look at it. So we're going to skip over the we're going to go into personal firewall controls here. You can go into the settings here. Again, you see it's turned on. You go in the advanced settings if you want here, and you can kind of mess with it. Actually, I should say don't mess with it. Here's all the programs that the firewall technically is allowing out now, and when you actually install a new program and it tries to go to the web, you do get a pop-up asking you if it's okay. So this is kind of nice. Medium level is just fine. And you can change the profile here, which was kind of a nice feature. You can do home, network, office, public, Wi-Fi, and stuff like that. And it does have a couple different settings for each one of these. So it's a good firewall. Alright, internet and email control. Protect against web threats is turned on, which is good. So you want this turned on because obviously you don't want anything coming into your computer and stuff like that. Again, another thing that kind of annoyed us, spam filter by default is turned off. Well, most of us don't want our spam. So, we like to have that turned on again by default. But unfortunately it's not. Parental controls turned off, which is what we expect, but we're going to get into that here in a minute. And then the data theft prevention is you can set up, but it's not a big deal to set up, but you can, because what you can do is you can add your account information for the different websites and stuff you log into and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. Other subscription stuff, automatic updates, settings, that's obviously turned on. Check for updates every 3 hours, which is good. You have the smart protection network. Again, none of these things that by default when you're going through the install and doing the standard install, it's not asking you. Again, we want it to ask us every time. I know most people say, well, if you do the custom installation, it will. Well, it doesn't matter. We think during the manual install, or what we refer to as that's what the recommended install is, this should come up and they should ask you about this. So Anybody who doesn't actually ask you about this stuff, we actually ding quite hard, because we just think it is appropriate during the installation to actually ask you if they can turn that on. So, security warnings here. You know, sometimes stuff like that is just fine. If it's unable to fix it, it's obviously going to flash something up for you saying, do you want to quarantine? You'll hit yes to that. So, but the majority of times you just want it to kind of just do its thing and go ahead and get rid of them. And then you have logs, you can go to the log file and stuff like that. So, they do have an upgraded Pro down here. They do have a Pro version that offers a little bit more advanced security potential here on the antivirus suite. It's like, I think it's $20 more for the Pro, but we've looked at both of them, and it's not bad. It's not a bad upgrade, but it's not something that we would deem actually critical or anything like that. So finally, what we're going to go back to